Welcome to another preview of the weekend's action here in Victoria. Michael Sharkie jumps in to join us. We're doing it inside because of the rain. What's that mean for the weekend's racing?
I think it means it's going to be a wet track, Sean. I think we can pretty much guarantee Moonee Valley and Flemington it's going to be wet this weekend.
Yeah, amazing to think that we're in January. Got horses that have been tucked away over winter, ready to come back for the dry weather, and they're not getting it.
Yeah, we'll have to be scratching to find the wet track for them. I think most of the ones that are up and about at the moment like the firm ground, so might see a few scratchings too in the next couple of days.
All right, well, let's get into it. Friday night at the Valley. You've had a look at the form for us. What's your best bet?
Yeah, we managed to find one that does have wet track form. Race 6, number 11, Assertive Albert. He's only had 2 starts for Peter Moody. First of those was in a maiden at Sale on a slow track. He won that race by 6 lengths when he was eased down at the end. It was really impressive. He resumed at Sandown a couple of weeks ago. Probably ran his race in the mounting yard. He just played up. He was on his toes for the whole time. Played up again on the way to the barriers. Didn't have any kick there at the end of the finish, but it was a good 3 as well. So I'm thinking maybe back onto a softer surface, we'll see the best of Assertive Albert.
All righty, Assertive Albert is the best there. What about your best each way?
Race 4, number 6. It's either called Get On or Umston. So if the owners are watching, send us an email.
Yeah,
sort that one out. Look, this girl didn't have any luck at all during the Spring Carnival. She ran some good races behind the likes of Curtana and Panapeak. She's got good wet track form, likes to sting out of the ground. She won her first 2 starts as a 2-year-old, and she did look to have a fair bit of ability. So I think back to this level, first up, she could be one to go with here each way.
Caitlin Mallion takes the ride, and she is in good form too at the moment. What about your roughie?
Race 8, number 8, Bushrod will make us the roughie. Yeah, won really well 2 starts back, went to Mornington on a track that really didn't suit him. He got a long way out of his ground, but he made good late ground, and his sectionals were among the best in the race. I think back to Flemington, a big track will suit him, and he'll be hitting the line really hard at the end of this.
Alrighty, so that's a look at the Valley. Let's go to Flemington on Saturday. Starting to see some horses come back ahead of the Festival of Racing. Our feature event is the Chester Manifold. I'm going to ask you for your best bets, but firstly, you got a tip in the main race for us?
Yeah, before I give the tip in the Chester Manifold, I think I said Bushrod back to Flemington. Obviously, he's at Moonee Valley, but I think they'll be swooping there with the rail in and the wet track, so keep that in mind. In the Chester Manifold, I think Offenders should be ready to go here. He's had 2 good runs over 1,200 metres. Been hitting the line and getting a long way out of his ground. I think at 1,400 he can sit a lot closer to the speed, which is when he races the best. He handles the wet, no worries. I think he's one to go with each way in the main race.
All right, so that's the main race. What about your best bet at Flemington?
Race 3, number 1, Warm Love. No tips for picking this one out. She's in really good form, this filly. She won well last week at Caulfield. Everything went her way. She had a really soft lead and Dwayne Dunn controlled the race and kicked clear, but there's not much depth in this. It doesn't look to be a lot of pressure again. She can just lead and win again. There's a 3 kilo claim, gets her in at 56 kilos, which isn't bad for a filly that's won her last 2.
Yeah, winning form is good form. Your best each way?
Race 7, number 7, Windshear. Second in the Lord's Stakes at Caulfield, last start behind Aloha. I think that's really good form for this. There's a few in this that will have a decent rapport on the likes of My Bentley, but they're going to be better over more ground probably next start, off a little bit of a break. I expect we'll get around the $4, $4.50 mark for Windshear. I'd say you have maybe 2 units a win, 3 or 4 the place. I can't see him missing the place. It's just a matter of what price we get for the place there.
All right, well, that's a good push leg of the quaddie for you there. And your best roughie?
Race 5, number 6, Medlar. One of the Patnack runners here. She's got decent wet track form. She's won on a slow track in Sydney in good company. She's put in a couple of bad ones on slow tracks, but I think that had more to do with the way the races were run on the day. She resumed at Sandown on a good 3. No luck at all, hit the line really hard late. Probably would have gone close to winning had she not hit those bit of a traffic jam. I think in this race she's going to get out to go each way, maybe include her in the trifecta as the first 4s.
Alrighty, so there is Michael's thoughts about the weekend's racing. Friday night at the Valley, Saturday at Flemington. You can find all of his selections at lastwordracing.com.au. Thanks, mate. Good luck. Good punting. Stay dry.
Thanks, Sean. Yeah, you too.
Alrighty, all the best.